let's talk about supplies. This has got a lot of supplies you're going to need. Well, you're going to need paint to paint the sponge to make it look like a piece of pumpkin pie. And you're going to need a sponge. Now, when I did my fall craft supply haul from the Dollar Tree, I did pick up a couple of yellow sponges from the automotive aisle. And I don't have a whole one here, but I just cut triangles out of it. And then I cut the thickness in half. So you actually get double. For every triangle you cut out, you get 2. So I ended up with 9 triangles. So, and then you're going to need, if you want to, now you don't have to do this step, but, you know, I thought it would make it cute. You're going to need some material to create a crust. And I've got one right here that, it's not done, but it's on its way. I've got it painted. The crust, what I did was you take some glue and you glue the sponge onto the material. And then I left some extra to come up over the top, which that kind of is just barely covering it, to look like a scalloped edge. So you're going to need some material to make a crust if you choose to do that. I used a tote bag from the Dollar Tree that was in this, it's not burlap, it's more like a rustic linen, I don't know, kind of a tan color, the color you might think crust would be. What else do I need? I said paint, sponge, material. Also, what I'm going to do once I string all these pieces onto a piece of twine, I did get some material from my stash to, and I cut strips. So I'm going to tie those in between each slice. You don't have to do that. Or if you wanted to, you could use material. You can use beads. What else could you use? I don't know. Beads and materials, all I can think of. But the kind of material that I have to use is and I can't even tell you where I got this material. I just found it in my stash. It's like a plaid, as orange and green. And then this was from Walmart, I remember. And it's kind of it's got fall colors and little flowers. And then the last kind is just a brown tan. So those are the 3 kinds of material that I want to tie in between. And then once you get your pie painted and you get the crust on, if you want to, I mean, this is another step that's optional, you can use some spackle compound to make, in a pastry bag, to make a little dollop of whipped cream on top. So I thought that would really make it look cute. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these crusts aside. And I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to paint this. Now, I did mix some regular orange paint with just a tiny, tiny bit of brown. I just wanted to take the edge off of that orange. I didn't want it to be too bright. Because remember, these are supposed to look like a baked pumpkin pie. So we're just going to start with slathering the, here, let me move this so you can see what I'm doing. Slathering the paint on. This has been a very busy weekend for me. Friday night, I hosted my daughter and her friends and Charles, of course, my grandson. I made an Italian dinner. I made some stuffed shells, and we had a tossed salad, some crusty Italian bread, and then for dessert, I made tiramisu. So it was a good dinner. And then yesterday, which was Saturday, my son and I went to the Columbus Zoo together. I don't get to see my son very much. He has a very busy work schedule. But I did, my company, the place I work for, gave away zoo tickets. And they gave you more than one, you know, depending on if you were married. And since I'm not married or anything, I I thought my son's birthday's in just a couple of days, and I asked him, I said, hey, would you be interested in going to the zoo for a day? And he said, sure. So he actually took a vacation day yesterday, and we spent the day at the zoo, and it was so fun. I got a lot of nice, he and I both got a lot of nice pictures of some animals and stuff. So that was fun. And then today was my grandson, Charles. It was his third birthday party. His birthday was a couple of days ago, but his party was today. And oh, was it ever fun. It was Spider-Man themed. He's all into the, the Marvel superheroes. So, yeah, so his mother had a Spider-Man party for him, and I got him a set of Spider-Man walkie-talkies. And I got him, he also loves dinosaurs. What little boy doesn't love dinosaurs, right? So I got him a set, I think it was a set of 6 dinosaurs. And I want to say they're 16 inches tall. They're pretty good size. They're not those little ones, you get at the store. These are pretty big. And there were 6 different ones in there, and I couldn't tell you. Other than the T-Rex. What other dinosaurs are there? Pterodactyl. I think there was a pterodactyl in there. And then I don't know what the other ones were. And then I did get him a pretty big Spider-Man action figure. So, yeah. And then he got a lot of other nice presents. He got some clothes and some Spider-Man pajamas and a little racetrack and a scooter and I don't know what all. He enjoyed his day, though. Oh, his mom, I'll tell you a funny story. His mother bought trick candles for his cake. Oh, my gosh. That kid could not get those candles blown out. And that's like his favorite thing to do. He loves to blow out candles. So, I mean, he was all into it when we were singing. He couldn't wait to blow it out. And then they kept coming, kept relighting themselves. Oh, it was hilarious. That was the best part of the party. And then she did serve, she picked up pizza and she made some buffalo chicken dip. I don't know if anybody's ever had that. It's so good. So it was food, and an ice cream cake. His cake was an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Delish. So yeah, we had a good party. And then I came home and I had some laundry to switch out. And now I'm going to do this and let this dry overnight. And then finish it up. And then I'll do another video and show you how I put the whipped cream on and how I string it. And then, the final product will be actually hanging it up. And I know where I'm going to hang it. I'm going to hang it in my dining room. Because it's pie. So, I mean, I guess you could hang it anywhere you wanted. But I'm choosing to hang it in my dining room. I think it'll be cute. And then I'll just be working on my next craft. I mean, my goodness. I've got another chair over here in my craft room in the corner. And I've got 2 bags of stuff for, like upcoming crafts. So I'm just going to keep cranking them out. And then hopefully in the next week or 2, I will, be done and be able to do my home tour. I do have some new stuff this year. So it'll be different. It won't be the same as all the other years. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's all I need to do. And then, like I said, once this dries, I'll bring you back and we'll do the whipped cream and we'll string it and it'll be good. All right, let's let these dry and I'll talk to you later. All right, it looks like the paint is dry. So now we're just going to go ahead and put the pie on the crust. The next step. So I'm putting the glue on there and I'm going to place it on the material, leaving enough room to bring the end piece over to make it look like a scalloped edge. And, you know, there may be places that have to be trimmed, so that's okay. So here we go. We're continuing to do this. I don't know what we're doing now. Oh, my glue gun ran out of glue, so I had to get more glue. I guess I didn't realize it was going to take so much glue to do 2 pieces of pie. And I'm sure I'm just yammering on about it. Okay, so here I am. I'm trimming some of the excess crust to make it look a little neater. I hear crickets in the background. I have my window open in here. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to get a little bit of brown paint, and I'm going to dry brush that on the pie to make it look a little more baked. And I got a little too much on there. Try to wipe it off. Once I get a little paint on my brush, I don't actually need to dip it in the paint anymore. I just kind of dab it on that paper towel. So there we go. Now what am I going to do? Oh, I'm talking about these. So I decided not to use that material because it's not the same on both sides. And I was afraid when I tied it on the twine, the white on the back would show. So I decided I'm going to use just those 2 pieces, those 2 kinds of material, and some wooden beads. Here I go. I am putting the whipped cream on there, and I'm using the same kind of um, spackling compound that I used for my mug topper, which is some that I bought from Walmart. It's lightweight, it's almost just like whipped cream, and it's very white, so you don't need to add any white paint to it. So I'm just putting a little dab on each piece, which does not represent the amount of whipped cream I like on my pie. I mean, my pie would be smothered in whipped cream, but this is just for looks. It's not real. And it just adds a little garnish to each slice, which I think makes it look super cute. Okay, so now I'm showing you the needles, the upholstery needles that I bought. Oh, here we go. We're going to go ahead and string it on there now. So this was the next day. And I did actually tape 2 needles together because the one needle didn't seem to want to go through the piece of pie easily. It wasn't long enough. So I did tape 2 needles together, but as you'll see soon, I had some problem getting the beads on those 2 needles because of the tape that I had taping them together. So eventually I will take those 2 needles apart and just use the one needle. And I just kind of, you'll see in a minute, I just kind of push the needle through till I can see it on the other side. And then I bring it through. So I'm using these wooden beads that I got at the Dollar Tree, and the dark ones that you see in that bowl actually came from Walmart, but I don't end up using those. I just use the light colored beads. Now, if I had more patience, I would probably stain those light colored beads because I would prefer them to be a darker brown, or paint them, but I have no patience. So you see now I'm having trouble. Some of the beads, some of the holes in the beads aren't the best, and it was very difficult to get the needle through. And here you go. Um, See, I'm switching beads because some of the holes are better than others. And that's one thing you have to take into consideration when you buy beads. And I'm sure that it's the same no matter where you buy them. There are going to be some that have better holes than others. So here I am. I'm taking the needles apart because I've had enough of this shenanigans. So I'm taking the tape off and the needles apart, and I'm simply just going to use the one needle. And it works okay. I was just trying to make it easier on myself, but as it turns out, it was just as easy to use the one needle. So here I go. I'm just threading these beads on. I'm using 2 small beads, a large bead, and then 2 small beads. So there are 5 beads in between each slice of pie. And I'm almost to the end. And then what I'm going to do is take it downstairs, hang it up, spread it open, and then add the ribbon. And you'll see that momentarily. All right, so we are in my dining room, and I decided to hang this cute garland over a built-in here in my dining room. It's underneath a window here, a stained glass window. I mean, you could hang this anywhere. You could hang it on a fireplace. You could use it in a tiered tray. You could use it as part of your decor for your table, for any kind of a fall, brunch or dinner or Thanksgiving. But I just really think it turned out really cute. I think the beads really added to it. I decided not to use the brown throughout. I used the plaid, but I did use the brown on the ends. But as you can see, it's very full, and it really looks cute. I'm super happy about it. So, hey, if you're super happy about it, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, I invite you to do that. Until the next fall craft, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.